welcome to this week's video. For this week I am doing a book haul. And this is a stack of books from that shelf there that we are slowly getting through and moving over to that shelf there, which is my TBR mountain. We're making our way through. We don't have as many piles on the floor anymore, so that's good. But yeah, going to be showing off a few books that we will be adding to our TBR mountain. So let's just get started. The first one is a 2-in-1. Sort of a duology, but it's from two different authors. The main author, the main story, is Laverell Spencer's Sweet Memories, and it has a added novel. Not sure how long. Let me see. When does hers start? Oh, it's like they're pretty much the same size. This is Laverell Spencer's, and this is the second one, which is Jan Fried's One Tough Texan. So, as you know, I love Laverell Spencer. I think I haven't read all her books, but the majority of the books that I've read of hers I loved. The only ones that didn't really work for me was, I think, Hummingbird and I think Hummingbird and The Gamble. I think it was those two that didn't work for me. But hopefully this one does. Oh, hello. Let me reread the back blurb for Sweet Memories by Laverell Spencer. Brian Scanlon is the perfect man for Teresa Brubaker, but she can't believe that anyone could ever care about her. Sometimes, though, love conquers all, right up until the moment when Brian thinks Teresa betrayed him. So this sounds like a misunderstanding is going to happen, which I know is not some people's favorites, but we'll see how Laverell Spencer handles it. And I'll read you the second novel that's added onto here, The One Tough Texan by Jan Fried. Oh, wait, okay. Oh, no, okay, she read one of Laverell Spencer's. I thought this was I thought Laverell Spencer had passed, which I'm sure she has by now. I think she's passed away. And this is like an unfinished novel of hers. No, Jan Fried read one of Laverell Spencer's novels and was inspired to write one of her own, which turned out to be One Tough Texan. So, ex-rodeo cowboy and hellraiser Matt Granger wants nothing more than to unpack his gear, settle down, and lick old wounds. Prim and proper Abby Parker flees her demons by roving the country. Fate forces them to become reluctant allies, then friends, but it takes a 5-year-old to open their hearts. I know some people don't like plot moppets, which are when the little kids kind of like play matchmaker and they're like sort of take center stage and they're like cute and precocious and they work to get the couple together. I know some people don't like that. I love that. My own plot moppet was Will in my Mafia romance trilogy, Blood Vows. Will is most definitely a plot moppet, and I adored him, and other readers adored him, so much so that he now has his own book as an adult called The Choice. So that's Blood Vows book 4, if you want to check that out. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading both of these. Next one is James A. Michener's The Source, and that's the title of the book. It's The Source, and he writes sort of these big, sprawling, kind of like Edward Rutherford. Who else? No, the other way. Yeah, sort of Edward Rutherford, sort of epic sagas about like a certain place in time, and you learn about that place sort of with the different generations of a family in that space. So let's read the back of this if we can. That those are quotes. Oh, there's an inscription in the bottom here. From Hanson, Christmas 1986. So I was 9. Given on December 20, 86 at Hanson's house. That's not the blurb, but that's just the inscription. This was from 1965. And I could be wrong, but I think looking at this before, it gave me sort of biblical epic vibes. So I think that's what sort of this is. It has something to do with the time of the Bible. So it's in keeping with James A. Michener, but I think it's sort of like set in like biblical times, question mark. So this was 1965. I forgot to see when the LaVyrle Spencer Sweet Memories was. 1999. So not that long ago, but like 26 years ago. Which I'm old. 1999 doesn't seem that long ago to me. I have my water bottle here that my sister gave me. Just a girl who loves books. I love this water bottle so very much. Oh, and that's the back. The gorgeous bookcase is filled with books. Next we have The Favored Child by Philippa Gregory. And this is a sequel to Whiteacre. So I'm going to see if I can find Whiteacre first before I read this one. So we'll sort of see if I can find the first one first. Because I believe this is the sequel, written in 1989. So, let's read the back here. Wildacre Estate is bankrupt. The villagers are living in poverty, and Whiteacre Hill is a smoke-blackened ruin. But in the Dover house, 2 children are being raised in protected innocence, equal claimants to the inheritance of Whiteacre. Rivals for the love of the village, they are tied by a secret childhood betrothal but forbidden to marry. Only one can be the favorite child. Only one can inherit. There can be only one. Highlander. Only one can inherit the magical understanding between the land and the Lacey family that can make the Sussex village grow green again. Only one can be Beatrice Lacey's true heir. Sensual, gripping, sometimes mystical, The Favored Child sweeps the reader irresistible into the England of the 1790s and a revolutionary period in English history. This rich and dramatic novel continues the saga of the Lacey family started in Philippa Gregory's best-selling first novel, Whiteacre. So I definitely want to read Whiteacre first. So hopefully I can find that one. Next one is VC Andrews Raid. I have not read this series yet. Because obviously this is her later novels being written by sort of not, would you say a ghostwriter? Because people know that it's not her anymore because she passed away. She passed away, I think, either somewhat after Dark Angel, or after she wrote the prequel for Flowers in the Attic, Garden of Shadows, which is the grandmother story. And I believe that she had the Heaven series all sort of plotted out so that when she did pass, the estate, had a writer finish that series, and then I don't know if they've had the same writer continue her books, or if it's just been a different sort of stable of writers. But this one is definitely from the stable of writers who have taken up V.C. Andrews' brand. And there's the insert cover that we all adore. These are my favorite V.C. Andrews covers. They're the ones that they look like this, but they don't open. Like, it's just the picture in a circle. And it's just, like, there's nothing sort of inside. It's not cut out. Which I think is just mean. It's just mean to do that. Either do, like, a straight, no circle cover at all. But don't make us think that we can open and find this gloriousness inside. If we can't. But yeah, this is Rain, the first novel in the thrilling Hudson series. I believe that this one, I don't know if it's still available, but I believe it was available on Netflix. They made a movie from it. And I need to check if it's still there or if it's gone now, because I always meant to watch it, but other things sort of got in the way. But let's read the back. Rain already knows how hard life can be, but she's about to discover a shattering secret from the past that will change her future forever. Growing up in the ghettos of Washington, D.C., the cards are stacked against a hard-working dreamer like Rain Arnold. Rain has fought to be the best daughter she can be. She studies hard and gets good grades. She helps her mother cook and clean, and unlike her defiant younger sister, she avoids the dangers of the city streets as if her life depends on it, and it does. But Rain can't suppress the feeling that she's never truly fit in, that she's a stranger in her own world. Then one fateful night, Rain overhears something she shouldn't, a heartbreaking revelation from the past, a long-buried secret that is about to change her life in ways she could never have imagined. In the blink of an eye, everything Rain has ever known, the family she has loved, and the familiar place she has called home, is left behind. And Rain is sent to live with total strangers, the wealthy Hudson family. But just as she did not belong to the troubled world she was raised in, Rain is also out of place in this realm of luxury and privilege. With nowhere to turn, Rain finds an escape in the theater, inside the walls of an exclusive private school. But will it be enough to fulfill her heart's deepest wish and give her a place to call home? Now, fun fact, I used to have a crush on a boy whose last name was Hudson. So that just makes me smile. Oh, elementary school. Those were some years. Next we have Penny Vincenzi's Wicked Pleasures. Now, I have been dancing around Penny Vincenzi for a while, because I think I've tried one of her books, and because the plots are totally up my alley. Family saga, glitz and glamour, secrets, betrayals, melodrama. That's all my ish. But for some reason, Penny Vincenzi, either like her writing style or I don't know what it is, hasn't been able to grab me. But I keep trying her books, and I have one that is the first in a series of hers. I think it's called Windfall or No Angel or something like that. That is the first book in a series, and I'm going to try again with that one and see if I can grab a series of hers sort of from the beginning, if it will do it for me. But I don't think this is part of that series. I think this is a different series. I think. When was the, I forgot to say the years of when things were. The Philippa Gregory's The Favorite Child was 1989. The Rain by V.C. Andrews was 2000. And let's read the back blurb for Penny Vincenzi's Wicked Pleasures. All families have secrets. This family hid a secret which would tear it apart. Sexy, glamorous, and fun, Wicked Pleasures is the story of a brother and two sisters who find out that they all have different fathers. None of them Alexander, Earl of Caterham, who was married to their mother for almost 20 years. It is the story of the power and the greed of the mega-rich, as the great family banking business upon which fortunes are won and lost comes to the brink of ruin, and family ties are tested to the utmost. So, yeah, this is totally up my alley. But for some reason, Penny Vincenzi has not been able to grab me. So hopefully, when I start like the beginning of one of her series, I'll be able to get immersed in it. This one was written in, or published in, 1992. The next one is a Harold Robbins Never Leave Me. Harold Robbins has kind of been compared as the male Jackie Collins, where his novels are very sort of glitzy and glamorous, but usually like with a male protagonist, whereas Jackie Collins definitely was about female lead characters. His novels have a tendency to be very misogynistic, a little bit, a tad. I can't remember the name of the last Harold Robbins I tried, but it was too much for me. His attitude toward things just was too much for me. But I will give this one a try. Because, again, like, I love that sort of genre, the glitzy, glamorous, rags to riches type of saga type of books. Here we go. Robbins' New York is the world of big business and the men and women who make it big. Honor and decency are nothing in a city where respect is measured by the size of your expense account. And it's the city that Brad Rowan, a man on the make, hopes to conquer on his climb to the top, bringing with him the women he loves, uses, and destroys. Oh, Lord. Drawing from his own experiences in New York, Robbins vividly portrays our eternal desire for greed, desire, and blind ambition in this timeless tale of success and struggle in the city that never sleeps. Oh, Lord. I think this one's going to be a... yeah. 2001. By Mackintosh and Otis and Jan Robbins. So, I know Harold Robbins has also passed away. So, I'm not sure when he passed away. But apparently it was before 2001. Because this one, in the same sort of vein as the V.C. Andrews, was written by was Jan Robbins his wife, his daughter? I don't know, but she had a hand in writing this as well as Mackintosh and Otis. I don't know if that's like a writing firm? Harold Robbins' estate? But, yeah, so this was... The foreword is written by Mrs. Harold Robbins. So I'm guessing Jan was his wife. we shall see. We shall see if having a woman be a part of this novel will not make it so misogynistic. Let's hope. The next one is a classic. Oh, and there's the price stickers on it, and I can't. Can I take it off without? A little bit. Hugh Walpole's Vanessa. I know a Vanessa. And the fourth volume of the Harry's Chronicle. Fourth? So do I need to read the also available in the series Rogue Harry's Judith Parris The Fortress? Do I need to read the other ones before I get to this one? And there's a stamp in, but it's like an embossed. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? There's an embossed sort of stamp there that just is very cool that I don't usually see. For the Library of DDW, Denise D. Wood. From the library. Oh, that's so cool! Okay, so the blurb is actually inside. Vanessa. Everyone said that Benji was no good by any standards but his own. At 15, Vanessa had Benji in her blood. She would never betray him. Rich and varied in its scope, with a crowded gallery of unforgettable men and women, this absorbing novel dovetails the lives of successive Harry's generations from the triumph of Judith's 100th birthday in the 1870s to the tragic disillusionment of the early 1930s. Above everything, this is a story rich in love and the understanding of love, told with a mastery only equaled by its descriptions of the wild Cumberland countryside, where the past was never dead and the spirit of Rogue Harry's lived on. I think I might have to read the other books in the series first. So I think I might have to start with Rogue Harry's if I can find it, and then Judith Parris, and then The Fortress, and then Vanessa. So that one will sort of be on hold. Oh, when was that published? 1971, but nope. First published in 1933. This edition is 1971. So 1933. Very, very excited to read that when I get to it. The next one is a manga that I picked up at I believe it was a library sale. And I've always sort of been intrigued by manga. And because I've watched a few like anime sort of series movies sort of here and there, and I've liked a lot of them. So I wanted to see if I would like reading manga as well. I know that it's a different sort of style than sort of the North American style that we're used to, where I believe you read it sort of back to front. Because it's, I think, yeah, this would be our front cover, but this is actually their back cover. So as soon as you open it, it tells you you're reading this the wrong way. I love that. Thank you for newbies like us. Haikyuu? Is that what it's called? Haikyuu reads from right to left, starting in the upper right corner. Japanese is read right to left, meaning that action sound effects and word balloon orders are completely reversed from the English order. So this is going to be an experience. For sure. So it's like instead of like this way, it's this way. And then it's this way, and then this way. And oh my, that's gonna be an interesting experience for my brain. But we'll give it a shot. And this says 2. So I don't know if I need to find 1 and read that first. But, okay. Ever since he saw the legendary player known as the Little Giant compete at the National Football Finals, I'm gonna butcher this and I'm sorry. Shoyu Hinata has been aiming to be the best volleyball player ever. Volleyball was my favorite sport to play during gym class. And badminton. Who says you need to be tall to play volleyball when you can jump higher than anyone else? After proving that I am not particularly tall, I wasn't particularly tall then. After proving themselves to be the ultimate combination in their practice match against Kei Tsukishima, Kageyama and Hinata are finally allowed to join the club. Hinata's true power to perfectly time his spikes with his eyes closed is awakened, and nothing can seem to stop this crazy setter-spiker duo. Now their skills are about to be put to the test at a practice game against one of Kageyama's former teammates from middle school, Toru Oikawa. Oh Lord, this is going to be an experience. So, yeah, let's see how that goes. And the last one is another Penny Vincenzi book. It's Something Dangerous. And I love that cover. I mean, look at it's totally up my alley. I'm determined to make her work for me because I love her plots and her Oh, do we even have a publication date for the manga? And how on earth would I find it? Oh, there's 2012. Something Dangerous by Penny Vincenzi. In a world changed forever, the most dangerous choices are made. The dazzling Lytton, Lytton, Lytton twins, Adele and Venetia, are born into the great Lytton publishing empire. So this is part of the series that I want to start with her, which I think started with No Angel. The Spoils of Time Trilogy 2. In 1928, on their 18th birthday, they are rich and admired, with confidence verging on arrogance. But the specter of Nazi Germany is growing. Gradually, their privileged world darkens in unimaginable ways. But it is not just the twins whose lives have been irrevocably changed. Barty Miller, rescued from the London slums in babyhood by Celia Lytton, is clever, ambitious, and a complete contrast to the twins. And Barty's a girl. Okay. And she faces temptation of the most unexpected kind. Following on from the best-selling No Angel, Something Dangerous is a riveting drama and fascinating love story. So, this is part of the series that I want to start of hers. Definitely looking forward to this one. And this one was published in 2001. So, those are all the books that we are going to be adding to our TBR mountain. Let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if, with the manga one, if there's anything that I should know before going in. Again, it's number 2 in a series. Should I wait and find number 1? Have you read Penny Vincenzi before? What, like, are you a fan of her work? Yeah, have you read any of the books that I have showed off to you today, and what do you think of them? Which one are you most excited for me to get into first? Yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this week's video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. That would be awesome. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed so far. Yeah, thank you for all your comments and likes, and if you would like to share the video, that would be great with other book lovers. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!